Last year I reviewed a book cake called Direwolf. At that time, I was amazed at its super high cost performance and accurate inversion. Indeed, it was not. To this day, in the 100 yuan market, it is still very competitive. Therefore, the flying system struck while the iron was hot, and launched the NS version of the Edgewolf. Yes, this is the one you see now. So the question is, how does this NS version of the Edgewolf perform? If you look at it only from the appearance, this NS version of the Edgewolf is almost identical to the previous version. The only difference is that the gear switch on the back is blocked. In addition to this, it is the arrangement of the action world. It has become the color-matching aspect of the NS platform. It has also changed from the previous light gray to the current dark gray. However, the pattern on it feels a bit suspicious of touching porcelain. But despite this, the NS version of the Direwolf still supports NSPC dual platform and weighs only 173 g. This weight is still slightly lighter. When we got it, you will find that the feel is exactly the same as the previous PC version. Whether it is a conductive focal moving part, the shaft-type arrow keys and the light touch back buttons convince me. This is indeed the biggest difference between Direwolves and the trigger, because the NS platform is a non-linear trigger, so the Direwolf's trigger is also very loyal to become non-linear. Although it feels good, but the non-linear trigger of this shape looks a little strange. What do you think? How to be like a linear trigger? After all, as the NS version, in addition to the action keys, the arrangement and trigger have been changed to the original design. The joystick algorithm is also similar to the original. The center point of the stick retains a certain dead zone. However, the coverage of the joystick is better than that of the original NS Pro. I found that the flight control is tuning at the level of the joystick algorithm. Very simple and rude. What is the original like to do? I will do what I do. Can be said that this approach is the most suitable way for players. Users of the original can switch seamlessly. Although this NS version of Edgewolf also supports the PC platform, but everyone is okay as a free function. First of all, this handle does not come with a receiver, only Bluetooth is connected to the wire. In addition, the arrangement of non-linear triggers and moving parts is also not suitable for PC platforms. This is also different from most manufacturers. At this stage, many products on the market that focus on the NS platform will retain the linear trigger. Joystick, the algorithm level will also be more biased towards the PC side. But what non-wisdom does is so extreme. It seems to tell players that the NS version of the hospital is for playing NS. If you want to play PC, buy the PC version. I personally feel that this approach has its pros and cons. The advantage is that players on the NS platform will be closer to the original controller. The disadvantage is that there is no way one handle is multi-use. In terms of additional functions, players can achieve red bursts through key combinations. Simple adjustments such as vibration. It can also be connected to the fish space station to achieve key mapping joysticks. More advanced customization options such as curve adjustment. Although the NS version of Edgewolf is almost identical to the original NS in terms of additional functions, but unfortunately, it is a pity that it is not equipped with an NFC module. The main thing is that the cost of the NFC module is not high. There is no need to cut this knife. Compared to the NS Pro handle, in addition to the similarities mentioned above, Fish also equipped the NS version of the Edgewolf with a linear code gate this time. It can be said that, in a standard size handle, can be equipped with a linear motor at a price of about 200 yuan. In my understanding, it seems that this is the only one. Others, either it is a small size cake, or the price is more than 250 yuan. So from this level alone, the NS version of the Direwolf is also very good in terms of cost performance. However, in terms of user experience, there is still a gap between the overall positive sense tuning and the original NS Pro. Next, let's disassemble the machine and look at the interior. What I didn't expect was, even the internal workmanship materials are the same as the previous PC version. Whether it's motherboard thickness, the 600 mAh battery of the carbon film joystick is the same. Even the sweat leakage of the joystick was inherited. Of course, there are some differences. For example, the motor has changed from a rotor motor to a linear trigger. The original Hall linear trigger has been changed to the possibility of conductive glue. Flight system. Also to consider the limit ratio, the Hall joystick is not used in the NS version of the Edge Gallery. Of course, it may also be to be more consistent with NS Pro's handle. After all, people use too much medicine rod. Amazing. Did Feichi even consider this layer? Generally speaking, compared to the PC version of Edgewolf, all the differences within the NS version are for the benefit of being more in line with the NS platform. Other than that, everything is the same. Therefore, the NS version of Bing Yuanlong is still relatively average in terms of internal workmanship and materials. Anyway, the main one is the same as before. In fact, it can be seen from the previous PC version of the hospital. This series of flying spur focuses on an ultimate cost-effective PC version. The same is true for the NS version. In addition to the lack of NFC function, the other experience is almost exactly the same as the original. The action key arrangement of NS is non-linear trigger linear motor can be said. The NS version of the Direwolf is the most popular among third-party NS controllers, a product that is close to the original NS Pro handle. If you are considering purchasing an NS-exclusive controller, then it's really good to spend 209 yuan to buy a product that achieves 90% of the original experience. Oh.